Harbor House of Louisville is an organization that gives adults with disabilities a chance to reach their potential. With a growing array of support services, Harbor House strives to help each participant find a sense of belonging, friendship, and meaningful work.
You know, I said Harbor House lights the way for people with disabilities by offering opportunities to be employed, opportunities to be part of our community. But I often think about how do the participants light the way for our community and for us. They do that every day by showing up with their smiles, by working hard, by being dedicated employees. They light the way for our community in many more ways than oftentimes we light their way.
Each year, Harbor House plans a field day which gives the participants a chance to get outside and get physical. This year we partnered with the Louisville City FC, and it was a blast for everyone involved.
This year we were so excited during our field day to have the Louisville FC soccer team come out. The participants loved everything about it. Josh and one of the soccer players just totally hit it off, and the players have actually been back out to visit. We couldn't do it without the community support. Come out and tour and see what we offer.
And we do this twice a month. Talk to any of the board members and they can get you a schedule. And you'll be hearing from Sabrina, and she loves to tell her story during these tours. She's a great tour guide, and she helps in this whole process for all of us to understand what it's like day in and day out here at Harbor House.
Sabrina McMahon's my granddaughter, and she found a new life when she started coming to Harbor House.
I like to work, I like to do activities, I like to go on field trips, I like everything.
One of her favorite things is Robbo, that's her boyfriend. And so, and she's jealous of Robbo and he's jealous of her.
Try me, old woman.
They give her something to look forward to. Without this, someone would be sitting home doing nothing. She's got many friends here. And Sabrina loves everybody. She's, so it's made her a wonderful life.
My name is Fallon, and I would like to share my story with you. My twin brother Kevin, better known as Bud at Harbor House, was born with Down syndrome. Bud and I were the youngest of 11, and we lived at home with our parents until my father passed away when we were 4. And when we were first born, they told my parents that with Bud's disabilities that he would never walk or talk and that he needed to go into a home. And my father said, well, you're right. If you stick him in a home, he will never walk or talk. All this boy needs is love. And with love, all things are possible, which is proven to be a fact for us. You see, Kevin has lived with me for the past 26 years and has been a participant at Harbor House for the past 17 years. They are able to grow and show the community what they can do, and because of Harbor House, they're able to have a life outside of just their home with us.
I've been out here about 3 years now. My daughter-in-law, Kathy Snyder, at one time was on the board here, and they invited us to a breakfast one day downtown, and I had just retired from a place where I was working part-time, and I've always enjoyed doing just little fixie-up type things, so I went up to Maria after the breakfast and said, do you need any volunteers for maybe painting? And with that, I got the biggest hug you can imagine. And she said, yes, we can definitely use somebody. And I said, well, okay. And then like a week later, I was out here. Robbie's my helper. He's my buddy.
Good buddy.
Yeah. And I've kind of taught Robbie how to help me when I paint. I give him the screwdriver, and he takes all the switch plates off for me, keeps the screws and everything straight, and then after I finish painting, he goes back and puts all the switch plates and everything back on.
Yeah.
And he holds the ladder so I don't fall. He's always telling me, Art, don't fall, so.
My name is Natalie, Neely, and I'm here at the Harbor House, and we love coming here. My daughter's name is Iris Ralston, and she's been here almost 2 years now.
When Iris first came to the program, she really wasn't socializing, but now she's engaging with those other participants, developing good peer relationships, and she's communicating with those other individuals that has been at the Harbor House now for 10, 15, and over 20 years.
And it's just she has a very full day when she comes here. She's very happy when she comes home, so I know she's had a good day.
I think in Tim's case, it's been something great because he has gone from a situation where he didn't have the opportunities to engage with other people, and a place like Harbor House has been something to where he could go and engage, but it was low-key enough for him that he didn't feel overwhelmed. He's always excited when he comes home, this is what I did. That's a really positive thing.
Since Tim's being at the Harbor House, he has grown in so many ways. He now interacts with the other participants. He engages in the activities. He does community events as well. Tim knows now how to develop more independence for himself. He will go in the kitchen. He will warm up his own meal. He will get his own drink. So Tim's come a long way since he's been at the Harbor House.
Well, a typical day for Sharita is getting up early, getting all excited because her ride is coming to take her to Harbor House. And she loves being independent, getting here on her own. She gets all excited because of the activities they have, and she's gonna work and she's gonna make a lot of money, and you know, she loves working and she looks forward. She doesn't want to miss not one day.
The backyard of the Harbor House offers a 15-bed therapy garden for participants to help maintain through the spring, summer, and fall. This gives them a chance to work on their communication skills while sharing in the pleasure of watching a garden mature through the seasons.
Yeah, and you're planting your own fruits and vegetables and flowers. Yeah, and we use it for a cooking class.
And that's one of Harbor House's main keys to success, keeping everyone active. There are a multitude of activities and jobs that they have access to. One of the primary services Harbor House offers is a mailroom where participants have a chance to earn a paycheck while sorting and organizing flyers and letters for different companies around Louisville.
It's like a newsletter, and they was inserting their names, matching up the names, and then putting in envelopes.
The participants aren't just limited to the daily work in the mailroom. We're always looking for innovative new ways to involve as many folks as possible in work outside the Harbor House walls as well. That's why we're offering a program called Home Sweet Home. It pairs up two different segments of our community, people with disabilities and senior citizens. David recently started working for longtime Harbor House supporter Betty Farrar.
What David is able to do for Betty is to perform simple day-to-day housekeeping duties, and it helps Betty to be able to maintain her home, to feel comfortable in her home, to have company come into her home, to know that it's taken care of and she's not embarrassed for somebody to come in. She said what David has been able to do for her is to keep her pride alive. And David has such a sense of pride of knowing that he's making a difference in Betty's life and that he's there. He said, she's such a nice lady. I just really like going to see her and to be at her home and to help her because she's so nice to me. Together, they foster a relationship and a friendship that goes far beyond just the clean home and the paycheck.
About 4 years ago, Alice's goal was to become employed full-time. Harbor House was able to help facilitate that. Although it took some time, she eventually found work at Joe's Crab Shack as a hostess.
She was referred to us by the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. And Alice wanted, she's a very kind and caring person, and she wanted to have a job and to find gainful employment. That was her goal. So it took us about 3 years to find that right employer, and that was Joe's Crab Shack. And they were very gracious and accommodating to give Alice a chance to prove herself.
We try to find meaningful work for all of our participants, and luckily we have people like Joe's Crab Shack who have employed one of our folks. And in addition to that, Joe's Crab Shack helps Harbor House with being our site where we have the Kentucky Derby. It's right behind Joe's Crab Shack.
Harbor House's main fundraiser event is the annual Kentucky Derby. This past year, we joined the Kentucky Derby Festival, and it was a huge success. We were able to sell over 27,000 ducks with the help of the community. In preparation for the event, the participants all gather at UPS and help tag the ducks for the race.
The event is wonderful. It's a great opportunity for the community to get together, and it grows as a festival every year.
The thing that impressed us at the beginning is the same thing that impresses us now. They do a great job for a great segment of our population that needs some help, but they do such a great job of helping themselves.
Well, we got involved in the beginning because it sounded like something fun to do. We've been involved with the Kentucky Derby for 10 years. But that first year, we got an opportunity to see the work that is being done at Harbor House, and all you have to do is walk into that facility and see the smiles on those people's faces and the interaction that they have, and you know that you're doing something right.
The event is a full day of games and activities for the whole family. Face painting, live music, putt-putt, you name it. For the past 6 years, a familiar face of the Kentucky Derby is WLKY's Monica Hardin.
My first involvement with Harbor House started back in 2001 when I was Miss Kentucky. Maria invited me to speak at their volunteer luncheon, and that's where I met a client, Jason, and he touched my heart, gave me hugs, and instantly I made a connection, and I knew I would want to forever somehow be involved with Harbor House. And I've been fortunate enough for the past 6 years to be the MC for the Kentucky Derby and for a lot of other events, and I would not trade these opportunities for anything. It's definitely an organization worth giving time to.
And finally, to round out the day, the duck race. A course is set up right behind Joe's Crab Shack on the river. Barges provided by ACL bring the ducks in and do the ducky drop. This year's grand prize was a 2016 Nissan Versa, which was provided by the Swope family of dealerships. A very special thanks to all our sponsors, as we couldn't do it without your help. Since 1992, Harbor House has given countless participants a brighter future. As they have grown, so have we. We can help even more adults with disabilities lead meaningful lives, but not without the help of the whole community. We need volunteers. Come out and take the tour. You or your organization's involvement can make a huge difference. Harbor House would like to thank everyone for their help over the years as we now look to the future. Please consider donating, volunteering, or partnering with us. With your help, we can continue to grow and light the way for even more adults with disabilities.